Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to your full moon in Taurus reading. The full moon is taking place on the 5th of November. Take what resonates in this message and release what doesn't. This card popped instantly right out. We're going to pull it, we're going to take it because it came to us, right? Balance, spirituality, and practicality. So I do feel like this is more of your spiritual realm with your physical realm, is how I'm feeling. There does feel like there's a something sort of, I'm feeling a little wishy-washy. I don't know why, but I feel like there kind of, you could be feeling like this tug of war, this back and forth when it comes to, I don't know if it's your spiritual practices or your intuition and the physical, like things on the physical realm. Bottom of the deck is you're very close to achieving your goals. I'm seeing this very significance of this color. I do feel there's throat chakra in this energy, is how I'm feeling, as well as intuition, your intuitive skill set, something about that. I do feel like maybe you're being tested or you're going through something where you're really feeling torn between what your higher self and your intuition is saying, but what you're physically seeing in the 3D reality, right? So, this really looks like I would strongly recommend meditation, taking time out, going within. Even if it's 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, something like that, just really clear the mind, listen to what your intuition is saying, take notes, write down what comes through to you when you're in meditation. That's always important because if you follow that, you'll see things like really painting a story. So, confidence is key to your success. New moon in Leo is the next card that's showing up. So, I do feel. And that could really be it, a big thing that's taking place with you right now where I feel like you're confident, right? I feel like confidence is your key to success. I feel there's an opportunity and spiritually you're being guided, nudged, intuitively knowing whatever you want to talk, however that resonates with you or whatever you align with, and the physical realm, right? Like I feel when you're looking at it on the physical realm, like say this is a job position or something, right? Like that, it could be something that's really a radical shift and change from what you used to do, from what you're educated in, that sort of thing. But I feel, like something is saying to me, there is something going on where you have to step into that power of confidence and trust what your higher self is saying to you and take a leap of faith, is how I'm feeling. And your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. This is the full moon, right? This is the moon that this reading is for. And I do feel like it's bringing the spiritual realm and your physical realm into balance in some way, shape, or form, and having the confidence to do that. Stand your ground, stand for what you believe in. Don't be afraid to roar, lions out there. So it happens sometimes. Right? You are a fire sign, so that is a sister sign for you. Let's see. Let's see. Confidence is key to success, balance, spirituality, and practicality. So, next two cards come up, and look, a time for healing, right? And then prosperity lies ahead. A time for healing. I am feeling that's talking about the imbalances that are taking place between your spiritual and your physical realm. I'm feeling this is some sort of awakening or enlightenment, something like that. Look at the bigger picture. That is your energy, full moon in Sagittarius. So, this is in regards to some sort of higher learning, a shift, a change, a bigger view, a different view of your belief systems. It could be as well. Like I feel like whatever these things are, I do feel like they really bring larger than life changes for you, right? Is how I'm feeling with all of this. So there does show up, and we'll look and see what wants to clarify that. A time for healing. This could be where that imbalance was because of a lack of confidence or not standing in your power, giving your power away, that sort of energy. But it's time for a healing, and then prosperity lies ahead. So let's clarify this balance, spirituality and practicality. Let's see what energies want to show up. First card up, portal to success. By balancing that out, again, I'm feeling, and it can be, I'm feeling a lot of throat chakra, and again, I do feel the intuition as well. So I feel like maybe you have a hard time being confident in speaking out or communicating things that you intuitively know, feel, or sense. Take what resonates, release what doesn't. Very specific. Sacrament of the president, I don't know why I said the president, but the present. I'm sorry, that was weird. Experience every moment as it is, right? And this is open to receiving. I feel like this is a higher learning as well. With this sacrament to the present, that was so weird. I'll have to think about that one in meditation and why that came through like that. Experience every moment as it is. And I feel like this is being present in the here and the now, right? And so maybe there was something in the past, I'm kind of feeling like that maybe that's why you have a fear of I feel communicating, speaking something out. And I feel like it's what you intuitively know, sense, or feel in whatever shape that is. And I'm also feeling that energy of you being confident and standing solid, almost like maybe in the past there was a trauma of you being judged because of something that you intuitively said, and then it happened and people got freaked out, and that sort of thing. And it kind of, or if you were told don't ever do that again, or you don't need to say that out loud, or so anything like that. Like, it doesn't seem like it's a big deal, but it can be a very big deal for sensitive spiritual beings. So I'm just saying that I feel like they're coming into their confidence, though, having the strength and the courage, like that lion does, to speak the truth, resolve the conflict. And again, I feel like this is that imbalance, right? The imbalance of, the physical realm and the spiritual realm. Right? I feel like it's almost like somebody was wishy washy back and forth, right? Like they weren't very confident in speaking their truth, speaking out about, could be spirituality. We see soulmate at the bottom of the deck. So I do feel, and soulmates come in many different ways, shapes, or forms. They can be friends, co-workers, partners, family. We also have uh, soulmates that are good, and we have karmic soulmates as well. So I do feel like this is, gives me the vibe of like connecting to your tribe, right? And what tribe do you, and I don't, I'm not a firm believer in like, not everybody, and even if you are in groups or organizations or anything like that, we are all unique, we are all individual, we all will, not every single one of us will ever agree on the same things or believe in the same way. I mean, we will have similarities, but we are all unique and different because we are on different paths and different journeys. So I'm feeling with that soulmate energy. I do feel like you're going to be connecting. There's going to be a lot of soulmate energy that shows up. I am feeling it's like the good soulmates versus the karmic soulmates. And I'm feeling like there is this energy of being confident and standing your ground and not being able to play both sides of the fence, or you know what I'm talking about, that sort of thing. Having to stand and walk a solid line, right? And that is that portal to success. Speak on this, communicate about this, be honest about this, clear about this, transparent about this, and where you stand and what is in alignment for you and what is not. And I feel like there has been this, or there was, or going to be, I feel like it was a tug of war between, what was right for you and what was wrong. And, I kind of feel like if you're around energies that are intolerant to your differences, your uniqueness, that sort of thing, that never gives me a good vibe that those are your friends, right? Those are not really people who are going to have your back and that sort of thing. So I feel like knowing that is important. Then we have this shifting the blame, right? And this isn't about like holding, blaming everyone else. It's looking at self, right? Shifting the blame within, like why did I allow this? Why did I align with this? Why did I go along with this? Right? And it's like looking at those areas and being accountable for your role, where that can bring that healing. You see it right there with that healing. You can heal that part of you. Like, I don't like that part of myself. And, I'm going to change that part of myself. And I feel like it brings you through a portal of getting out of lower vibrational energy, because you can see even in here where there's a lot of like that pit of darkness, right? And I'm also feeling the energy of the layers, right? Like, you've gone through a lot of different things that have kind of been um, you know, unfolding and, exposing or recognizing or illuminating areas that needed some work, where, things weren't just in alignment, they didn't feel right, that sort of energy. So let's keep moving. Let's see what we got going on. Sagittarius. One more card for Sagittarius. Clarifying prosperity lies ahead. One more card for prosperity lies ahead. Prosperity lies ahead. Here we go. Joy of curiosity or generosity. Joy of generosity. So this gives me that reciprocating energy as well, right? And we all know the law of attraction. You reap what you sow. If you can put it out there, you can receive it back, right? Like, that's just the law of attraction. And I do feel delightful intimacy. For some of you, this could be in regards to a soulmate, a person, and an intimate relationship on that level. I do feel with this joy of generosity, I don't know why, but I keep feeling curiosity, and I'm feeling like somebody is, exploring something. Like, we did see the unfolding, right? The shedding old skins, shifting the blame, going within, doing that healing, going through this portal, speaking their truth. And I feel like there is this exploration energy that makes me feel like seeing what else is out there, or looking at things differently. It just feel that it feels like this prosperity lies ahead is a prosperous, like a home, a life, a relationship of giving and receiving generosity. I'm feeling it's about giving and receiving. So let's take a look, and we're going to clarify some more of this with the Moonology Manifestation Oracle deck. So let's see what energies want to show up for this. We're talking balance, spirituality, practicality, portal to success, new moon in Capricorn, step up and lead. And we did see that Leo energy, having the strength, courage, and confidence, resolve resolve the conflict. So this is writing a situation, even if that situation is within yourself, right? By shifting the blame, like, instead of looking externally, looking internally, and allowing that healing to take place. So this is somebody who is stepping up and taking the lead. Speak your world into being. Gemini energy. I did feel this energy where I was like throat chakra. I kept feeling strong throat chakra, where, maybe someone had a fear. They played small, or they hid themselves, so they never spoke up for what they desired, what they wished for, what they wanted, that sort of thing. And I now feel like they're stronger. They've internally gone through some sort of transformation. They have the strength. They're ready to stand in their power, resolve a conflict. Maybe they've been battling within themselves for a long time, and do the healing and, moving through that energy. Know you are loved, new moon in Libra. And that Libra talks about balance. So we just had the new moon. I will try to remember, when at the end of this video, to tag the new moon in Libra reading to the end of this reading for you. And you can go back and watch that if you haven't already, because that may hold some additional information for you. But like this says, this is about being balance being restored, what's right, fair, and just. And it is interesting. If this is about a relationship, I can really see where there is more peaceful, balanced, harmonious, reciprocating unions coming into play. That I definitely could see. Bottom of the deck is open up to change. So this may be, where you're looking at the kinds of people you used to connect with, associate with, be friends with, partner up with, that sort of energy. You can really feel like there's been a shift and a change in that area, that part of your life, those kinds of energies. That Let's keep moving. So let's keep moving. Let's talk about this right here, the shifting the blame. And that was with what? That was with the time for healing. That's what I feel like somebody went within and did, though. They really looked at it differently. Like, why? What made me tolerate this? What made me, they looked at themselves versus looking externally. And I feel like it was a catalyst for a transformation on a soul level for an individual from their spirituality. Like, that could have been why it's been out of balance. And now it's being balanced, right? The balance of spirituality and the practicality. Reflect on your priorities. Would very interesting to show up, right? Reflect on your priorities. What's important to you when it comes to, I'm feeling this is in regards to relationships. It's just how it's showing up. If this isn't reading isn't for you, it's not for you. But this reading is showing up like when it comes to connections, friendships, relationships, even family dynamics. That sort of energy is how this is showing up. And I feel like somebody's looking back on that and, like I said, shift the blame when they reflect, right? They reflect on their priorities. It's like looking at where things weren't aligned. Like if they, you know, prioritize and value honesty in a person, yet they're continuously friends with somebody who lies and manipulates. I mean, what is that? Because that's not in alignment and that's not going to serve their greater good, right? And they've had to look on that. Why did I tolerate that? Was I needy for a friend, or was I just, what is it? Is it because it's, family, or because I've known the person my whole life? Or they have to look at that, right? And see where it stems from in order to bring that healing. And I feel they did just that. They reflected and looked internally on what their role is and why they accepted that contract, right? That deal, that connection. And so very, very deep, I feel, with that. So let's go to prosperity lies ahead and joy of generosity. So maybe you're going to be very generous and kind and generous with your prosperity that lies ahead. Maybe you know the right places to give it versus where you used to in the past. Maybe you're recognizing what is worthy and deserving of your kindness, your love, your generosity, and what is not. And that could be why these floodgates, and I do feel floodgates will open for you because of just that true, authentic, loving spirit, right? That you carry in that way. Cool your emotions. That was interesting. I didn't see that coming. Wow, go for it. But two Aries in a row, full moon and a new moon. I feel like this is going to be a new way. I do want to pull one more card on that, but I do feel with this full moon to the new moon, like there could be a heated, I don't want to say heated, that's not the word. An intense would be a appropriate word. An intense catalyst for this. Like all of a sudden the way things used to be done or the things that used to be tolerated were done, and then you lead in a new way. And again, I feel like you're leading from a healed space of not, like, I don't need to have friends, like I'm better off with no friends or versus bad friends, right? Or it just gives me that sort of energy. Somebody has reevaluated and they're not ignoring red flags. They're not pretending it is something it isn't. Believe in your good luck. That's the second time we've seen that out here. Something with your good luck showing up, as well as moving forward. Release control. Taurus energy, and this is the first quarter moon. So this feels to me like it's going to be like this full moon's going to come in. It's going to be a catalyst. It's going to really shine a light, illuminate something that was in the dark, or illuminate something that needs to be released. And as soon as it's seen and recognized, and there's this awareness, it automatically shifts the entire energy realm and creates this new beginning. First quarter moon, this new beginning of excitement, of higher learning, of could be long distance travel, of a shift or a change in a belief system, but it all coincides with the physical realm. It feels like this is where that balance is restored between the spiritual realm and the physical realm. This is a pretty good reading for you, Sagittarius. I hope this reading resonates with you. Please leave me a comment. Let me know if it does. I thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you. I'm sending you love and light.